sun can start and going down. Oh, yeah. Oh, no, no, start and going down. Oh, yeah. Oh, no, no, no.
What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel, Just Does TV. Thank you guys for stopping by. Yes, over here, child, we do show reviews, celebrity entertainment gossip, all kind of stuff. And soon I'm gonna be starting a new segment, so y'all gotta come back and stick around to get this new segment, child. I'll probably start it next week. Anyway, y'all see the thumbnail. It is Never Ever Met. This is a new show that I'm reviewing, child. I had seen it a while ago, but I was just like, this show is a scheme that Todd set up to come to us with the bull, child, because I have to report to y'all what is going on in these streets. I was shocked and appalled watching this show. So I thought I would come and share with y'all and talk to y'all about this show, Never Ever Met. Are y'all watching this on own? This is messy. This is messy. This is season 1, episode 1. Never Ever Met. Y'all drop down in the comments and let me know if y'all watching this show, so we can get a kiki cack together. So this show is about people who have been dating for a little bit of time and they never met. So they're like online dating, but they never met. Some of them have been dating for quite some time and have never met. It's crazy. They never met in person. They speak on FaceTime and, they talk on the phone and stuff, but they just never met in person. They thought, somebody in their brightest mind thought that they should come put a show together and bring all of these people in one house for for the viewing public's entertainment, child. I am thoroughly entertained. Now y'all have to understand, yesterday was my birthday. I was having a good time, child. You see my henna? I was having a good time yesterday and I fell asleep, but I got up at like 2 o'clock in the morning. So I was like, let me do something. And I watched this show, just the first episode, because that's what I'm reviewing right now, the first episode. And baby, I was like, what? All right, we're gonna follow this little journey. Y'all let me know if y'all want me to follow this journey, but I like it. So I'm gonna just bring it to y'all. Anyway, they're gonna bring these people together to live in one house where they meet for the first time. Couples, right? So the concept is they stay together in this house, get to know one another in person as opposed to virtually or through the phone. And in the end, they decide whether they want to stay with the person or not. Do I think they need a show to do that? I feel like they was all just pen pals. That's how I feel. They was all just pen pals. Because if you could be with somebody or talk to someone for more than a year virtually, never met in person, never booked a flight, like none of that stuff, then y'all are just pen pals. Who like each other. Okay, so let's get right into it. Initially, off bat, we meet Shay. She's 30 years old. She's from Copper City, Florida, right? So Shay is with Josh. They have been dating online for, yes, you guessed it, a long time. Yes, let's say it together, people, 12 years. How in the entire can you be dating somebody online for 12 years and never meet them in person? I'm gonna just say it. I'm not gonna hold my commentary to the end. I cannot. There's no way that you can get me online and be dating me for 12 years and we've never met in person. No, we just friends. Child, we are not dating. We just talking. Occasionally, we friends. If y'all don't know, I learn languages as well. I don't share it on this platform because I don't think that's what y'all want to see over here. You know, we over here for the mess. But I have language exchange partners who live outside of the United States. And I speak to them. Some of them I speak to every 2 weeks. Some of them I speak to every week. It all depends. And then I have tutors in other countries. I don't, like, one of them, like, I'm learning, if you don't know, I'm learning Mandarin. And I have my Mandarin language exchange partner. He's married with a kid. Like, I spoke to his kid, like all kind of stuff, because he's learning English and I'm learning Mandarin. He talks to me about his wife, all kind of stuff. So we are friends, but we've been talking, doing language exchange for like 3 years. 3 years. We're friends. That's what, like, I'm not gonna be dating you for 12 years. And yeah, we just friends. We just friends. Child, y'all comment down below and let me know if y'all think that's crazy. Anyway, they met on Facebook. Especially if it's Facebook dating market. I'm not even trying to meet you on Facebook dating market, because I heard that there is more than P in that pool. Okay? Just an FYI. More than P in that pool. She says the relationship is a little bit complicated because they live in 2 different states. We'll get to that later, because I think he said where he lives and where she lives. Well, we all know she lives in Florida, but she said it's complicated because they live in 2 different states, which that's a complication. So then we meet Joanne and Aaron. They've been dating for 9 months and they met on social media. We meet Shania and Brandon. Shania and Brandon have been dating for 10 months. She's looking for a deep relationship that can turn into a romantic relationship. And I'm just like, you've been talking to this guy for 10 months and you don't know if you want to be in a relationship with him. So currently, I think their status is friendship. I think everybody's friendship, but theirs is definitely platonic friendship right now. But they are the cutest. She is cute. They are the cutest couple, right? So then we meet Sandia and Chris, child, and I can tell off top that this is gonna be the problem couple. One of the problem couples, child. Sandia and Chris. They've been dating for 3 months. Sandia says that Chris likes strippers or going to strip clubs and he likes to flirt. He asked her a question and I was just like, child, this dude is conditioning you and it's only been 3 months. But we'll get down to that later. But remember I said that he's conditioning her. We'll discuss more later. So we meet Alexis and Dominic. Alexis and Dominic have been dating or talking for 6 months. She hopes that they are exclusive. This is another problem couple, right? For you to automatically off top say that you hope that y'all are exclusive, that is a red flag. Because if you've been talking to somebody for 6 months and you don't know if y'all are exclusive, that is a problem. So we're going to leave it at that. We're going to move on. So then we meet Diamond and Aaron. They've been talking for 5 years. 5 years. It's 5 years. And her opening statement was that something shady happened a couple of years ago. And it's just weird. But we're gonna have to sit this one out. Not sit this one. We're gonna have to sit this one through, and we're just gonna have to wait it out and see it come up. Off top, I don't like Diamond, and the reason why I don't like Diamond is because Diamond is too judgmental. Off top, and she's 44, and she's mad judgmental. So we're gonna see where it goes. We're gonna see where it goes. Like I said, I'm gonna just keep my good eye on Diamond. Then we meet Millie and Greg, and this is my couple. I like Millie. I like Greg a lot. I think it's gonna work with them. I think this couple is the only couple that's gonna give it a go. I like Millie and Greg. They've been dating, whatever, for 3 years. They met on social media. They both live in LA, different parts of LA. And it's kind of complicated why they have not met up, even though they both live in LA, but we'll discuss later. So all the ladies get into the house. They start picking their rooms. Automatically, Diamond says she don't do women, so she's not sleeping in the room with them. She judging the girls as they come in. I told y'all I don't like her. I don't like her. So they meet with the host. The host is Tyronda Jones from Empire. Now, I love Tyronda. She is so cute. I used to love the way she dressed it. Child, what kind of grammar is that? Dressed on Empire. I just loved her. So she explains to the girls that the men are not there yet because they are planning their first dates. And I thought that was cute. I was like, oh, that's cute. That's romantic. Yes, I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Yes. Until we get on the dates. But we'll get more to that later, child. Stay tuned. Don't let this smile fool you, because it's going to go downhill soon. Like, real quick. Anyway, yes. So they're planning the first dates for the ladies. And the ladies are sitting around, you know, kind of talking and getting to know each other. And then they start getting ready for their dates. The lady starts getting ready. They're discussing like some trepidations that they may have, you know, for the meet and for the relationship, being that they have been offline for so long. They want their expectations to meet up with what's been already happening. They all head out separately, one by one. So, you know, some girls trickle off and go to their dates, and some girls stay and they have little conversations and stuff. But again, we got Diamond in here being judgmental. Child, I'ma just throw something at the TV when I see Diamond, because Diamond is gonna annoy me. Yes. So Shay wants to be married, in a relationship. She wants to be married. She wants a relationship, but she has kids already, right? She doesn't want more kids, but Dominic does, and he has kids as well. So that's already going to be a problem. So on the first date, we meet Brandon. Brandon is 35. He plans a cooking class date for Sienna, who is 43. Now, Sienna is so pretty. I'm going to put the pictures up here for all of the people. She's so pretty. And they plan a cooking date, and I thought that was really cute. So he brought her roses. I thought that was cute. She looked amazing. He feels like he won the lottery, you know, because he's liking the aesthetics. He's liking what he's seeing. So he thinks he feels like he won the lottery. And at 35, to be dating a 43-year-old, I think that's commendable. You don't really see that nowadays. And he seems a lot more mature. Brandon seems a lot more mature than his age, which is another shocking point. So they meet the chef. The chef comes out and lets them know that they're going to be cooking some Italian food. They're going to be cooking gnocchi. And if you don't know what gnocchi is like a potato-ish type pasta type thing, but it's made from potatoes. Really good, depending on what sauce you pair it with and what meat you pair it with. It's really good, gnocchi. Sienna says she wants a romantic relationship, but she is not sure how that translates in person because they've been talking online for so long. I don't know either, but it seems like it's going well for them, and I like that. We head over to Dominic. Dominic plans like a workout yoga date for Alexis. Dominic is 31, Alexis is 30. Alexis gets out the car and Dominic says that her body wasn't hitting for him, but he was all in because of her, like, the way she came off. Now, for her, she said she was all in. He looked good. He this and that. He could touch on her. He could do this. He do that. She was all in. All in. So, with that being said, I just want to touch on women. We don't date for looks. A lot of the times, we date for other things. And with this right here, this relationship, Dominic and Alexis, that's a key point for that aesthetic. Men date for look. They date with their eyes first. And that's exactly what he said. Now, don't get me wrong. Alexis was not like chunky, chubby, none of that. She had a nice body. So for him to say that her body wasn't hitting for him, I'm just like, what? And that was a deal breaker for him. But he still went with it on this date because the conversation and the gestures and the motions went really sexual really quickly. Okay? If y'all know what I mean. And y'all know what I'm getting at. Even though he wasn't attracted to her and her body wasn't hitting, he was still willing to hit. But she was all in. And she didn't even realize that he got her looking like a whole clown in these confessionals. But she's not going to be the only one that has egg on her face. Child, she's not going to be the only one. We head over to Greg. Greg is 31. He's 6'2". And I was impressed. Even though he didn't look 6'2", I was still impressed. I like Greg. And Millie, 32. So he's 31, she's 32. Greg plans like a little park. You know how when you go to Prospect Park and they have like in the back of Prospect Park they have a lake and you could do those boat paddle rides in around the lake and stuff like that. So that's pretty much what he planned. He knows that she likes birds. So all of the boats have like a swan on them. So it was really cute. And it just shows that he is thoughtful, he listens, and he pays attention. Because he touched on a couple of points in there that she had. And mind you, they've only been dating, what, 3 months? Oh, 3 years. 3 years. So he's been paying attention, taking his notes, right? So Greg says what stopped him from meeting Millie, even though that they are in LA together, is that he doesn't want to mess things up. And I applaud him for that. I get it. Like, it's so good, the conversations and stuff, that they have conversations and stuff. I think 3 years is too long, but I understand where he's coming from, that he doesn't want to mess it up. And I think that's cute. Greg seems very genuine to me, and I like his style. He knows that she loves birds, which is thoughtful. And so he brought her a stuffed bird, teddy bear. My brain froze, sorry. So she wants to see if he's serious and how he deals with serious conversations, because she wants to see his serious side. Because she said they always joking, he's a jokester, he always got her laughing, and they have a good time. So I'm liking their chemistry. So we head back to Dominic and Alexis. Like I said, they've been talking for 6 months. She said the connection was different in person. I don't understand how it was different in person, because I think it was more. It seemed like for me on her part, the connection in person was more intensified. But we'll see. He said he wasn't distracted by her looks. No, he wasn't. Sorry. He said he wasn't attracted to her looks. See what I'm saying? Guys are visual daters. And off top, she did not attract to him. He said, but they can work on that. She's beautiful. She's very pretty. To me. But I'm not a fan. Right? She said she's a jealous type. And then they start making out. I was disgusted. I was grossed out. They just met. And all that goes to show is it doesn't take much to please women as opposed to men. Because even though she said that the connection was different in person, she still got to the level where she would make out with him. And in the confessional, she was talking about giving it up. Okay. So Greg got Millie a stuffed penguin. Greg says he's all in. And he doesn't mind that they've been away from each other for 3 years. He doesn't mind taking the lead, and Millie is very happy with that. I like them. I told y'all. Brendan and Sienna are having a good time. He is funny. She said he's lighthearted. And she's happy right now. But we'll see how that goes eventually. So then we head over to Josh. Josh plans like a walk on the pier for Shay. He said his only fear is that Shay doesn't like him in person. Now remember, they've been talking for 12 years. He has 2 children. We'll discuss that later. And she has her life where she lives. Oh, forgive me. It's late night. Y'all already know how it goes. That he has a fear that she doesn't like him when they finally meet in person. But the exact opposite happened. She does like him. She was very happy. He said he had a complicated childhood, and she's been there, to help him through it, and she's been comforting, which is good. He brings her sunflowers, and they go on a roller coaster ride. Shay feels that nothing has changed from their phone conversations. It's just like, the phone conversations, them meeting in person. So she's excited. We learned that he has 2 children, a 3-year-old and a 13-year-old. So wait a minute. It's just dawning on me because it did not dawn on me when I was taking my notes. He lives in Tennessee. She lives in Miami. He has a 3-year-old and a 13-year-old. So if you guys have been talking for 12 years, your oldest child was 1, and then you ended up having a kid on her. So you're talking to more people than her. If you have a 3-year-old daughter, you're talking to more people than her. So this gets a little bit more complicated than I thought, because it really didn't dawn on me when I was taking the notes and when I wrote down their ages. It didn't dawn on me that they've been together for 12 years and he has a 3-year-old. Child. You can't make this stuff up. You cannot. But I like Chris. Josh. I like Josh. That's the thing. Like, Josh is very soft-spoken. You could tell he's from Tennessee because he got that accent. He seems like a nice guy. But this right here, this is messy, Josh. This is messy. So then we head back over to Chris and Sandia. Chris and Sandia has been talking for 3 months. So he planned like a little charcuterie board, a picnic, and then we ultimately find out that he planned a helicopter ride for her because that was her dream, to always go on a helicopter ride. Chris is given narcissist. That's what I'm getting from Chris. Off top. Remember, he already started conditioning her from before. And now, the stuff that he, like hearing him talk in the confessions and all of that stuff, full blown narcissist. That's what Chris is giving me. But we'll discuss. We'll discuss. Chris seems like an a-hole to me. Off top. He seems like an a-hole to me. I get them vibes. And I'm just telling y'all. And this is episode 1. And literally, we only got them on TV for 40 minutes. And out of the 40 minutes, we probably got Chris on TV for 10. If I'm giving 10, but it's probably 8. Okay? But Chris is giving me a-hole vibes. And we ain't even get to the juicy part. And I already get a-hole vibes from him. He said that they be sexting a lot. And the sexual tension is high. Normally that's what narcissists lead with. Because that's how they trap you. That's one of their ploys to get the hooks in you with, you know, with the SEXs of it all. You know? Chris says chemistry is different on the phone than in person. But he's ready to make it happen. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Sandia's already giving Chris his props because they are wearing matching outfits, like color coordinated. The insecurities on Sandia is screaming. Screaming. And she's very pretty. But her low self-esteem is full-blown screaming. It's screaming at me. So imagine what it's doing to Chris, the narcissist. Yeah. Yeah. She told him that she wants to do something special. You know, it's always been her dream. And he's like, oh, I'm going to make her dreams come true. So I'm going to do X, Y, and Z. The grandiosity of it all. So that's why I'm just giving y'all when I'm using these words, conditioning, sexting, grandiosity, like those are a lot of cues to hone in on when it comes to narcissistic individuals. But yeah, keep an eye out on Chris. So we head over to Aaron and Joanna again. Aaron is 27, Joanna is 31. He planned a little charcuterie snack for them as well, and then he wants to teach her, like he wants to do salsa dancing because I think she's Spanish a little bit. Their issue is he booked the flight and then he conveniently lost his ID. He said Joanna has a block on her heart. But we'll see. We just meeting them. He stands her up so that they could do a little salsa dancing, and he couldn't even get the steps right. Then this fool proceeds to tell her the last time he took salsa dancing the last time he did salsa dancing was when he was 8 years old. Not 8 months ago. Not 8 days ago. When he was 8 years old. Like I said, you can't make this stuff up. Practice makes perfect, but he's 27 and you were 8. So that's like what, 19 years ago? You can't make this stuff up. So Aaron brought wine and Joanna's a little bit perplexed because he doesn't drink. And of course, him being the person that he is, he doesn't even know how to use the cork, like the corkscrew, the wine opener. He doesn't know how to use it. So she has to open her own wine as well. And clearly she's a little bit pissed because she rolling her eyes, child. She carrying on, child. She's a little bit pissed. He's worried more about his efforts that he put in than anything else. He's not so much concerned about anything else, just his efforts, because he feels like that speaks louder than words. But we'll talk more about Aaron too, because I made an observation about Aaron, and I was just like, this is weird. But we'll discuss later. Now, I think we got like 2 or 3 Aarons on this show. So now we get to another Aaron. This Aaron is 51, and he's with Diamond, who's 44. I don't know what they did. It looked like he just decorated a little space in a restaurant or whatever, like in the backyard of a restaurant or whatever. And it really didn't look like they went anywhere, they did anything. They just sat at the table for 5 minutes. And initially I thought that he didn't get her anything, but when she got back to the house, we learned that he got her like a perfume and some daisies, I think, because that's what she liked. Aaron and Diamond are pastor's children. So that right there tells me a lot. That also tells me why she's so judgmental. And he says that they understand each other and they're best friends. Remember, Aaron's 51, right? So he leads with 2 years ago they had a mishap in their relationship. And that's where she starts off when she come out. So he explains that he had lost hope. They've been talking. He had lost hope. He didn't think that they were ever going to meet, that they were ever going to get together. And this bozo said he made the wrong turn. You think? He made the wrong turn. So this dude goes on Facebook and shows a ring that he was going to use to propose to another woman. And that is what he said. He made the wrong turn. He said he likes BBL. He's a BBL, like a BBW lover. Not a BBL, a BBW lover. And they start kissing right away, and I was grossed out. A little bit. I was grossed out. Ugh. He giving me fake pasta vibes with some dry lips. But we're going to talk about that later. He proposes to another woman. Now. He said with his ashy lips that he loved her. But he thought that it wasn't going to happen with them. So and then he went to apologize. So they've been dating for 5 years. So at the time, they were dating for 3 years, right? And you go on Facebook and put a ring on Facebook that you were going to use to propose to another woman. Now, in order for you to get to the point of you almost proposing to another woman, y'all had to be talking in a relationship at some point, right? In order for you to get to the point where you want to marry this person or feel like you want to marry this person, you had to have been talking to this person for quite some time. Because you're not just going to meet somebody after you've been talking to somebody for 3 years. You're not going to meet somebody a week later and be like, oh, we getting married, and I went and bought this ring. Follow me now. Correct me if I'm wrong. I could be wrong. I'm just saying. So then he goes to confessionals, and we find out that he had not fully got over things with his ex. So they haven't fully come to an end. Like what they have been dealing with didn't come to a complete end. So there was no closure. And this is the woman that he was going to propose to with that ring. So, Diamond, ma'am, you in there tooting your own horn from the very beginning, but he in the confessionals making you look like a whole clown. See, some people just need to shut up because they think, but then when reality smacked them in the face, it is what it is. I don't like the fact that he said what he said in the confessionals and he didn't say it to her when she asked him about it straight up, because she straight up asked him when they first met, why did you do that? He said what he said, what I told y'all earlier. Oh, he didn't think that that things were gonna go, work for them, that he made a wrong turn, and but he told us a whole different story in the confessionals. So I'm just like, child, please. So she accepts his apology. She's smiling from ear to ear, child. She's gleaming. She's like, ooh, my man, my man, my man. You could tell that's the face that she got. My man, my man, my man. Not knowing that this is what he said in the confessionals, child. She says she believes in fairy tales, and she feels like she's in one. You are. You are. You are 100% in a fairy tale, ma'am. 100% in a fairy tale. That's you. Mm-hmm. And it's not going to be, might not be the happy ending that you are looking for, child. I don't know if you're going to get your happily ever after. We'll say that. She's looking for a protector and a provider. And a lover. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But he already started off with not protecting you properly because of what he said in the confessionals. And y'all been together for 5 years. Okay. 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 The couples come back to the house, and then they start to debrief. Everybody's starting to get to know one another. They starting to talk. The guys automatically gravitate to one section of the house. The women go in their own separate directions. But the guys are already having a bromance. Already. They don't even know each other, and they're already having a bromance, child. Joanne and Dominique hit it off because of where they from. They like from the same hood. So they was like, and then Josh said he was elated ever since he's seen Shay. So he's on cloud 9 right now. He said his heart is smiling. And I thought that was so cute for him to say in the confessionals. I thought that was so cute. My heart is smiling. I like that. I like that line. He says he wants to make up for the 12 years. Yeah. And Shay is also very happy. But child, they head into the bathroom and they was doing touchy in the bathroom. I said 12 years is a long time for you not to see or get to know anybody. But child, he got a 3-year-old. Let's address that before you get touchy. But anyway. So Aaron and Alexis hit it off. I feel like, okay, so this is where Aaron, we get to see the real Aaron. He seems like more of himself when he's having a conversation with Alexis. I feel like when he's with Joanne, he is somebody else. That's what it seems to me. Like this is his representative is meeting and dating Joanne, but his real self is having this conversation with Alexis. Because this dude busts out in a whole rap. And, they chilling and talking. And he wasn't even this open with Joanne. So I was just like, how did this girl pull it out of you? And you went on a whole date with this girl and you didn't even disclose this in a date. So that's going to be an issue for me. Dominique sees Alexis talking to Aaron and he gets jealous and he says the same thing. If she's jealous and she gonna say that I can't be up in a girl face, I feel the same way about her, and I agree with him. For her to tell him that she gets jealous and she don't want to even see him looking in another girl's direction, and then you turn around and you all up in Aaron's face and you keep cacking it up, laughing it up, he has the right to feel that way as well. Chris and Sandia, and then Diamond and Aaron, they all come in as well. And right away, when the guys is in they they bromance huddle, Chris starts. That's why I told y'all he's a narcissist. He calls Brandon a simp in not so many words, but that's what it boils down to. He also says that he gives girls, not women, girls, 3 to 4 good dates and then disappears for a week or 2. So that means after this week or episode with Sandy ain't gonna see this dude for like a month. Child. He says, no matter how well you treat your women, she will always look for another man. Let's unpack that. There's no way that you can treat a woman well and she's gonna be out looking. What is your definition of treating a woman well? But we'll get to that later. Clearly, your definition of treating a woman well is not a good definition, because you said you only give a woman 3 to 4 good dates and then you ghost her. Is that treating a woman well? That's why she's probably looking for somebody else, because you're not it. And a wise woman would leave you ghosted after those 3 or 4 good dates and you ghost her. She would leave you there. But Sandia is not that girl. So for you to sit here and say that no matter how well you treat her, she's going to be looking for somebody else, you don't even start out treating her well. Let's say that. You don't even start out treating her well, because automatically that's disgusting. For you to go on 3 or 4 good dates and then you go somebody. Men think weirdly. And ladies, you have to watch out for people like Chris. Sandia is also standing there listening to all of this stuff. She's standing in the corner in the kitchen. And the crazy thing is, the red flags are right there in your faces. They've been there. I picked them up from the first minute he opened his mouth. So I can imagine what he's been telling you over the phone for 3 months. Ugh, I'm grossed out. Child, Chris is so comfortable in this bromance. And he knows she's standing right there because he probably see her through his peripheral. He tells all of these men that he just met today that they're not dating, they're not exclusive, he's not her boyfriend, and she's not his girlfriend. Child, he giving it up. And he just met these guys. He says he talks to a lot of girls. He flirts with a lot of girls. Get it? He's calling them girls. He gets a lot of girls as well. And he gets them very easily. Now, he's not even 100% attractive. He wouldn't even be on my radar if I see him walking down the street. That's how unattractive he is to me. Outside of even opening his mouth. If I never heard a word out of Chris's mouth, he would not be attractive to me. I wouldn't be attracted to him. Without even him saying a word. Without me even knowing any of this, I would not be attracted to him. Now, he says all of this stuff, and Sandia still overhears this stuff. Sandia then gets in the confessionals and says that what he said makes her uncomfortable, which probably was his intention, and that she feels disrespected. You think? But the crazy thing is, as disrespected as she feels, the end of this episode shows her still having a conversation with him next episode. So as disrespectful as she feels, she didn't put him in his place. Let me tell you something. This girl is better than me. Cause I would have so quickly told him off in a not so nice way, his head would have spun. That's how quickly I would have told him off. His head would have spun. I promise you. I promise you. And with all of these men sitting around here, around him, they just met him, listening to what he's saying, not one of these men said anything to him to correct his behavior or what he's saying out his mouth. They all band together to kick her out of the kitchen like she was doing something wrong for standing there listening to this dude say this stuff. They just met. But they all mustered up the strength to band together and kick her out of the kitchen like she was doing something wrong. And then Dominic proceeds to say, she wants to ear hustle, so let her hear. See how they stick together? Always. It's always bros before hoes. Always. Just so you know. They don't even know this dude. He's saying all this disgusting stuff in front of them, and not one of them corrected him. Not even Brandon. After he done called Brandon a simp. Yeah. They gonna stick together always, child. They gonna keep each other's secrets always, child. So remember that. Okay? Just remember that. They always gonna stick together. They always gonna keep each other's secrets. Yeah. Not one of them said to him, tapped him on the shoulder and was like, oh, you shouldn't say that. You know, you shouldn't do that. None of them. Not one of them. So Sandia finally leaves the kitchen. But the look on her face said it all. But let's see what she does with this information. Because it doesn't seem like she's going to do much. It seems like she's going to tuck it away and don't think nothing of it. She's going to continue to pursue this relationship with him. Even though she feels disrespected. Even though he disrespected her right in front of her face and didn't think twice about it. Even though she says she feels uncomfortable. And just a sidebar, Dominic look like he bleached his skin. I'm just saying. He does. Take a really good look at him. So Alexis seemed like she flirting with all the guys in the house. And it could be just her personality. And it could be a nervousness as well. Because I'm the same way. Guys think like I'm so friendly that people perceive my friendliness as flirtiness. And I'm just like, yeah, no. I'm just cool. I'm a guy's girl. But not in that manner. Because I'm a girl's girl first. Okay? Child. Because of the fact that Alexis seemed like she was just flirting with all the guys in the house and saying all of this stuff to the guys in the house, Dominic felt some kind of way. So like right before they started to wind down and stuff like that, him and Alexis is in the kitchen, and also I think Josh is in the kitchen, but Dominic and Alexis is in the kitchen, and he tell her like, yo, I don't like the way you was dealing with things in the house or whatever. So they get into a heated argument, child, and it escalated quickly. It went from 0 to 100 like real quick in this argument. So he says to her, Dominic says to her, when he see a girl with a fat booty, he gonna say she got a fat booty. So she feels some kind of way too. But they bugging. Like they going back and forth, they arguing and stuff like that. They start cursing at each other. And I was just like, where did this come from? But the kicker is, he pushed her mad hard. To like, go ahead. Like he pushed her. And I'm just like, you put your hands on her. Then he gets to her face. And he gets buck. And he yelling in her face, telling her, stop playing with me. Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me. And I'm just like, the producers is letting this happen. If it was anybody else, they would have intervened. Just saying. And all of this stuff happens in the last 7 minutes of the episode. Just a FYI. So this escalated real quick in the last 7 minutes of the first episode. So then when he gets in her face and was saying all of that stuff, she kind of like pushes him back. But in the process of pushing him back, he slaps her hand out, like slaps her hand down like mad hard. Cause I was watching this exchange and I'm just like, yo, he's mad aggressive. So in a, like, to the point where she kind of like spins a little bit but loses her balance. So as she's turning on her spin, she comes with her next hand and just slaps him in the face, pow, and then grabs him, and she just start swinging. After she grabs his collar, she just starts swinging, and the episode goes off, and I'm just like, that shit escalated mad quick. And this is like something that he does. For him to feel so comfortable to be in a house full of people that he just met, and for this argument to escalate that quickly to this point to where they hitting each other and they don't even really know each other, was crazy to me. Like, crazy to me. And I don't even know what to say. This was just the first episode. Stick around for episode 2 though. Now, the reason why I chose this show to watch and review was because now there is a therapist on this show. Her name is Dr. Ramani. And Dr. Ramani, I've been knowing Dr. Ramani for, I want to say 4 years. 4 years I've been knowing about Dr. Ramani because I follow her work and follow her closely. I really love Dr. Ramani. She's such a sweet lady. I don't know her personally, but she kind of helped me get through or learn the behaviors and pick up on the behaviors of the narcissist that I was dealing with in my life. It started with her. And that took a 2-year journey with her, watching all her videos, listening to her work, implementing her work into my life. And it helped me identify a lot of the narcissists that's in my life. And it helped me to combat, and it helped me to set boundaries, and it helped me to build up that wall and that confidence for me to stand on what I'm saying and what I mean, right? And yeah, so I just feel like I didn't know she was part of the show before I started watching the show, but then when I seen her on the show, I was like, oh my gosh, that's Dr. Ramani. So if you watch the show, listen to her advice and follow her on Instagram. She gives really good advice. Her YouTube channel, amazing advice. But that's why I'm gonna continue to watch the show just to see how she deals with Chris, because I want to see if she picks up on the same things that I picked up with Chris and Sandia's relationship. Outside of Dominic and Alexis, child, that's a whole nother thing. But Chris is the overt narcissist in this situation. So I want to see how she deals with that situation, if they even make it that far. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, rate, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.